This is Hen 1 calling for a radio check. Over. Hen 1 calling for a radio check.
Hen 1, New York North, hears you loud and clear. How do you hear New York North?
New York North, I hear you loud and clear. Hen 1 is now ready to stand in as New York Central. Over.
It's a copy to Hen 1. Except for a code red transmission, New York North's channel is conducting a 24-hour emergency drill. Except for a code red transmission, New York North channel is conducting a 24-hour drill. This is JWJ 611 is standing down from New York North. Hen 1 is now standing in as New York North Central. Is that a copy?
That's affirmative. Except for a code red transmission, New York North channel is conducting a 24-hour emergency drill. JWJ 1611 is standing down, and Hen 1 is now standing in as New York Central, and the time is now 10:01. New York Central standing by.
JWJ 1611 standing by. Have a beautiful day and a blessed one.
You do the same, JWJ 1611. Thank you so much. New York North standing by. Vinoy 1, this is New York Central. I read you. How do you read me? Over.
I just want to thank JWJ 1611 and Hen 1 for coming on. This is Illinois 1 standing by.
New York Central standing by. The time is now 10:02. So this is the New York North Emergency Network. We're doing a marathon training exercise for the New York City Marathon 2021. We are part of a 24-hour exercise we're doing. This is our social media portion. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. On screen, you can see some of the areas where there are street closures for the marathon. In particular, in Harlem, we are talking about 142nd Street between Lenox Avenue and Fifth Avenue, Fifth Avenue between 142nd Street and 124th Street, Madison Avenue, the FDR Service Road between 135th Street and 142nd Street, West 124th Street between Fifth Avenue and Mount Morris Park, West Mount Park West between 124th. Okay, I am back. We are coordinating live video field reports, so I had to take a break. But I was in the middle of just talking about the street closures in the Harlem area, and I think I covered them. We are also going to talk about street closures in the Bronx. And in the Bronx, we have the Willis Avenue Bridge, East 135th Street Bridge between Willis Avenue and Alexander Avenue, Alexander Avenue between East 135th Street and East 138th Street, 3rd Avenue between East 138th Street and East 139th Street, Morris Avenue between East 139th and East 140th Street, East 140th between 3rd Avenue and Ryder Avenue, Ryder Avenue between East 140th Street and East 138th Street, and East 138th Street between Ryder Avenue and Madison Avenue Bridge. So all those streets are closed. And bear with us. This is a training exercise. So we are going to have some live video field reports, but bear with us. We're not a network. We're not a TV network. We are a community network. So we are going to fill in information as we have it come on. All right, we are live in the middle of our 24-hour emergency preparedness radio exercise. Wally Abdul Noor, Carol Johnson, and Bob Ponce. Wally, can you tell us a little bit about the multiple organizations that are participating in this exercise?
Well, first of all, I'd like to just say why we're doing this exercise. When there is a disaster or an emergency, communications is absolutely necessary to have a response. Without any communications, you get no response. And during a disaster, most of the time, or much of the time, your normal modes of communication are inadequate or non existent. So, if we are uh, to respond, we have to have an alternate means of communication. So, the uh, New York North Radio Network it's brought together COADs, community organizations active in disasters, together to be able to connect with each other and also connect with governmental services in the event of a disaster and the communication link, the normal communication link is inadequate or non-existent. So we have members of our uh, group at this point. It is Manhattan North Network, made up of NYCHA housing development. We have the Northeast Bronx uh, Radio Network, that's Co-op City and the Throgs Neck area. We have the South Bronx Emergency Network, that's the South Bronx. Um, we have the Circle of Brothers from Harlem. We have East Harlem COAD. We have Citizens Emergency Response Network Incorporated. And we have the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. We have New York City CERT and New York City Emergency Management uh, working with us. So
And,
that's
and and Harlem Emergency Network, which we didn't mention.
it is managed. This entire effort is managed by Harlem Emergency Network. Okay.
That's quite a feat. So this has been a 24-hour exercise from 8 a.m. November 16th to 8 a.m. November 17th. And we're in the middle of that. And we've had participation with all those groups. I think it's probably historic in terms of it's never been done. And we're connecting on multiple platforms. And this is creating the backbone for us to be resilient in an emergency. Carol Johnson, would you like to add to that?
Well, yeah, this is really for us. It's pretty historic, you know. One thing about this pandemic is it teaches you how to think out of the box and how to be creative. And so we know under normal circumstances we would be in a physical emergency operation center, monitoring the city activities, whatever they may be. But being that we're forced in by this pandemic, so still being able to get this service out to you to duplicate the same services that we would do if we were in an actual EOC, you know, that's major. So there's a lot of different things that will be taking place to make sure that we can get this information out to you. Um, and we're working on doing it on other forms of media to make sure we can give you up to date information. So, you know, I'm excited for every step that we've made and certainly for this one.
Absolutely. So that's all for this particular update. If you want more information about us, you can use the information on the bottom of the screen to contact us by email or leave a phone message. But this is Bob Ponce, Wally Abdul Noor, and Carol Johnson for Harlem Emergency Network and the newly formed New York North Radio Network. Okay, so you were just listening to Wally Abdul Noor, Carol Johnson, and Bob Ponce. That was actually recorded from our first live training exercise, which was almost a year ago, as a matter of fact. And today, we haven't had much in terms of live exercises because of the pandemic. We usually do our exercises during the New York City Marathon and/or the Five Borough Bike Tour, and those events have been canceled as a result of the pandemic. And so this gives us an opportunity for us to test our different platforms, which includes radio network, smartphone radio network, text platform, and we are now experimenting on our ability to do live coverage. And so we will have some live video reports directly from the marathon. We're waiting for people to log in. Meanwhile, we will continue to share any other information or updates. We shared some information on street closings. We'll do that again. And so this is an opportunity for us to test our ability to do what we call a virtual operations center, where we connect our networks, which consist of several different emergency communications and radio groups in different places in Harlem, Upper Manhattan, and the Bronx. And so that's what the New York North Emergency Network is. For those of you who participate with us, we thank you. And for those of us who are just learning about what we're doing, we're doing our best to make sure that we have a communications network that will operate during any type of emergency. And these opportunities, we get to test what we're doing with these training exercises, helps us to find out where we are and what we need to do to improve. So we'll continue to do this broadcast. We're live from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and we will have some live video directly from the the marathon route shortly. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. So tell us where you are.
I am at East 138th Street and 5th Avenue. I am by the bridge that the marathon runners will be coming from the Bronx side into Manhattan.
Mm-hmm. So how does it look? Is it as crowded as it usually is, or is it looks a little bit light?
It looks very light, very empty compared to previous years. Previous
Yeah, that's
years
what
there
I
would be
saw. Yeah.
a whole lineup of people, but maybe that's still to come. That could happen in the day.
Right. Well, okay, so it's about 10:30. So I guess the runners usually start coming in the next half hour, 45 minutes, something like that, if I recall.
Yes, and we have seen two paraplegics, the guys that are in those bicycles that they move with their hands. I have seen two of those.
Right, because they usually start a little earlier. So
Little early.
they have an early start and they cross early. So you should start to see more of them. And then at some point in time, we'll start to see some of the runners.
Yes, sir.
Well, it looks like a beautiful day out there.
Sure does.
So it's good to see you, man. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's good to be on the air. I don't know how well you can hear me with the music. It's very loud.
I hear you fine.
Copy that.
It's not bad. It's I can hear everything you're saying. So this is great. This is our first opportunity to test live video field reports. So we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, that's the emptiest I've ever seen it.
Okay, I'm gonna check out and go to another spot.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So we just had our first live report from the marathon route here in Harlem. That was our CERT 11, part of our New York North and Harlem Emergency Network contingent. We're going to continue to have some live reports coming in throughout the morning. So stay tuned. And again, the reason we're doing this is not to cover you. If you really want to see the marathon, you can turn on Channel 7. But what we're doing is testing our ability as a community communications network to be able to do live coverage of events going on. So if this was an actual emergency, we would be able to have our live field reporters on and contact and connect with our network in real time. So that's what's going on. We appreciate your indulgence. We're not trying to fill all the time up. This is really more of a test and an exercise. So stick with us, and we'll probably have some more coverage coming directly from the marathon route as the runners start to enter Harlem. So stick with us. Meanwhile, we are going to continue to show you some of the information on street updates. So let's see if we can give you some of that information. Hang on. Okay, we have another report coming in right now. Um, okay, Cert 14, how are you? Can
Hi,
you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know how to get the camera to turn around.
Okay, I could talk you through it. Um, there should
Okay.
be, if you look on your screen, there should be a cam mic button
Yep.
in the middle. If you
Yep.
press that,
Uh,
and then you should see camera, um, and then it'll give you the opportunity to use either front camera or back camera. Yeah. All right. So the wheelchair marathoners are coming through Harlem as we speak. This is live coverage from CERT 11. We thank you. Um, so we just got a couple of live reports. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and share some of the street closure information while we wait for those reports to come in. So let's see. Okay, so as we said here, the areas that are closed down in Harlem area, we're talking about 142nd Street between Lenox and Fifth Avenue. We're talking about Fifth Avenue between 142nd and 124th Street. Madison Avenue, the FDR Service Road between 135th Street and 142nd Street. West 124th Street between Fifth Avenue and Mount Morris Park West. Morris Park West between 124th and 120th Street. West 120th between Mount Morris Park West and Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue all the way down from 120th to 90th Street, and 90th Street between Fifth Avenue and the East Drive, and then it goes down from there. We're not going to give all the coverage, but we are going to primarily give the closures, street closures in Manhattan and the Bronx. In the Bronx, we're talking about the Willis Avenue Bridge, the East 135th Street Bridge between Willis Avenue and Alexander Avenue between East 135th Street and 138th Street, um, Morris Avenue between East 139th Street and 140th Street, um, 3rd Avenue between East 138th and East 139th Street. And let's see, where are we? East 140th Street between 3rd Avenue and Ryder Avenue. Ryder Avenue between East 140th Street and East 138th Street. And we have another live report coming in. So this is CERT 14 live from the marathon route. And so CERT 14, what's your location?
I'm at 135th Street,
Mm-hmm.
135, and
Mm-hmm.
Fifth Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
The runners will be coming off the bridge from the Bronx at the end of this block, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a motorcade headed this way right now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an entertainment spot right here, sponsored by WBLS.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the first runners are going to be approaching behind this motorcade. We've also got a helicopter up in the air above it as well?
Yeah, so it looks like the crowds are very, very light this year. I guess I imagine that people are still maybe a little bit shy because of the pandemic, but that's obviously we haven't seen the marathon be this light. I'm also going to bring Cert 11 on the screen.
There they go. Look at the marathoners. Look at them running, baby. They in the lead. Go ahead, baby.
Okay,
Pick
here's
up
the
them
first
trophies.
runners.
Yeah, pick up them trophies. That's what it's all about. Give it up to my
First
man.
ones,
Looking
first
good.
ones.
That definitely sounds like Harlem.
Come on, DJ. Let's go. Yeah, bring it up. Bring that sound up. Let them hear you.
Okay.
Let them hear you. Bring that sound up. Here they come, baby.
So, Cert 11, what's your location?
I'm at 135 in Madison.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so right now we're looking at views from both Cert 14 and Cert 11. We've already seen the wheelchair marathoners coming through, and I imagine that the first runners would be coming in the not too far future.
Here we are. Here's one.
All right.
Here they are.
Okay, here they are. Okay.
I have another.
So, Cert 11, you're keeping up a pretty good pace with them.
Oh, I could beat them if I wanted to.
I know. Looks like a perfect day for marathon running as far as the weather.
So I am by 124 and 5th next to Marcus Garvey.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I see runners approaching.
Okay. All right. So we see some of the first runners coming from Cert 14, who is you're at 135th, close to Madison, correct?
I'm on Fifth Avenue and 135.
Right. And we also have coverage from Cert 11, who is down by 124th. And
124 and 5th.
So runner right behind the car.
right.
She's in the orange sneakers.
Mm-hmm. So about how many runners would you say you've seen so far? All right. We're starting to see a few more runners. So this is the New York North Emergency Network Marathon 2021 training exercise. We've been receiving some live video field reports from the marathon route in Harlem. The runners are really just starting to come into Harlem now. We've had the Wheelchair marathoners who come through. They always come through earlier, and now we're starting to see some of the lead runners make their way through. And we will continue to bring in our reports from CERT 14 and CERT 11 as they position themselves. So this live broadcast on Facebook and YouTube will be going on till 12 p.m. And if you're watching, feel free to just share any information in the comments, and we will respond to it. Okay. What? So we are waiting for another report from CERT 11. Okay, CERT 11.
Okay.
So where are you now?
I am now on 5th and West 118th Street. I'm sorry, East 117th Street.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we give it Jumbo!
Okay. Okay. Oh, they're not entering the park. I thought they were entering the park, but they're not.
Oh, so they're going straight down, or
Straight down Fifth Avenue, it looks like.
oh, interesting.
Very interesting.
Go ahead. This is New York North. I read you loud and clear. How do you read me? Over.
Read you loud and clear. The location is 235th Street, Carpenter Avenue. Situation is normal, and I am safe.
That's a copy. Your location is 235th and Carpenter Avenue. Your situation is normal and safe. Over. Yes. Yes, the time is 10:53 a.m. New York North standing by.
You want this one?
Sorry.
What?
All right, WEBT 9. We're watching some live coverage from Third 11 at the parade at the marathon route. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. I was just checking. I know my shift is not until 6 o'clock. I was just making sure the link worked.
Okay. Well, we're just testing out this video portion of it. We're just going to do this to 12 o'clock. But, we've got some live coverage there. The runners are just really starting to trickle in through the Harlem part of the marathon route. And it's a beautiful day out there. And thanks for CERT 11. We've got some coverage on the ground. We also had some coverage from CERT 14 a little earlier as well.
Okay, so I'm going to log back out because I got to get to the city so I can hold my shift down.
Okay, thanks for coming in.
I'm gonna move to another location.
Okay. So Cert 11 is moving into another location. Meanwhile, we are taking a look at some of the different traffic cams. We're looking at Fifth Avenue and 96th Street. We got First Avenue and 124th Street, and also the FDR and 127th Street. And just a reminder, this is the New York North Radio Network marathon training exercise. We use this as an opportunity to test our communications networks in terms of resiliency for emergencies. What we've done this morning, we have live radio checks coming in from various parts of our network. It's actually a 24-hour exercise. We're not going to be streaming on Facebook and YouTube for 24 hours. But in this segment, what we've also done is that we have been testing in video field reports. And so we've had several reports from the marathon route directly. Right now, the runners are starting to filter in through the Harlem and Bronx portion of the marathon. They started out in Staten Island. They finish in Central Park. And so usually when they hit Harlem, they are hitting the home stretch, the last few miles of their run. And seems to be a beautiful day. It looks like it's very, very light in terms of the crowd actually being out there. Usually the marathon routes are very full. Definitely, they're usually full in Harlem and the Bronx, but they're usually full throughout the route of people cheering them on. I guess that the pandemic has thinned out people's desire to be in crowds. I don't know, but it is a beautiful day out there, and so far seems like there have been no incidents, which is good. This is what we want. So that's what's going on here. We will probably take another live report from Cert 11. He's moving around. He's covered a lot of ground between, everywhere from 135th Street all the way down to 90th Street, I think he's been. So we'll continue to report and update, monitor the traffic cams, and take reports, both video and audio reports from our network during this exercise. This is New York Central, open to radio checks from all stations. The time is now 11:07. New York Central standing by. Okay.
I am
All
now
right.
at East 102nd Street and Fifth Avenue.
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine doing that with just my hands. I have a lot of respect for these folks. So we still just basically seeing the front runners, huh?
It appears to be so, just the front runners. I'm gonna proceed to another location now.
Okay. I'm still surprised at how empty these streets are.
Yeah, me too. Do you remember did we have this marathon last year?
No, the marathon was canceled last year.
That makes sense. Just like there's this like.
So where are you now?
I am at East 93rd Street and 5th Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember where the finish line is? Finish line is?
Let me see if I can find out. It should be somewhere in the park. So at some point in time, they have to go into the park. I remember seeing a map. Let me check my. Let's see. Okay.
Wow.
All right, I'm bringing up a course map. Hang on a second. Yeah, so the finish line is inside the park on the west side. So they enter the park, they go down through the east side, and then they come around and they finish somewhere around, it looks like around 68th Street and Central Park West.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, we'll get you the follow-up, okay? Look, skipper. Okay, I see where they come in now.
Right. So, Cert 14, who's backing warmth and comfort, says she believes the end is West 66th Street inside the park.
Okay.
And that's what it looks like on the map.
Let's see how much I can follow them.
So a little bit more crowd in the park toward the finish line.
The crowd is wild. All right, I'm gonna continue to go and work my way to the finish line.
All right.
Oh, we have a runner.
Quick.
Thank you. Yep, thank you.
I know it must feel good for those guys to be in the home stretch.
I could see all the people with cameras looking at me, thinking, "Why didn't they think of this?" That's the way to do it. That's right. Do you have any questions for the runner you'd like me to ask? It's a joke.
I'm just so amazed that people even do this. We've
Good
got
morning.
Coad One joining us live now. We're
Let
with
me
Cert
turn my
11,
camera.
who is down in Central Park. He's been following some of the front runners. He's actually given us coverage straight through from where you started out around 135th Street, right?
That's right.
Yep. Okay. Meanwhile, we have Coad One, who is live. Where are you, Coad One?
I'm on the route, 109th Street and First Avenue.
I can't hear you.
She said 109th Street and First Avenue.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Hundred and Ninth Street and First Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
You turn my camera. Oh, I'm falling apart. I wonder if this is going to be record numbers because of the pandemic. Because generally, the crowd at this point would have thinned out at this time of day.
Okay.
So, Cert 11, you're at the finish line now?
So I'm presently talking with a gentleman who's running his first race. How does it feel after the pandemic? It's wonderful. Thank you so much for continuing the tradition.
Take care.
You do the same. All the best. Make sure you hydrate. So that's this gentleman's 24th marathon.
Yeah. That's where I'm going. Thank you.
They've got these weird perimeters set, and I can't see over them.
What's your location right now?
I'm at 105th Street and First Avenue. I'm riding down the route.
Mm-hmm. And Cert 11, what's your location now?
That's a good question. Give me a moment to figure that out.
You're inside the park, though, right?
I'm at East 63rd inside the park.
Yeah.
East 63rd.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like they turn on 59th Street. Oh wow! Now this is where the crowd is. This is definitely where the crowd is.
You found him, huh?
No. This is close. If you want to go down that way, go down. Do that way with the long step. Yeah, they take you. Go. Go look at the fucking way. Unfortunately, there's no spectating now. You're not going to right? So if you want.
Surprisingly, at 99th Street and First. And I mean,
I understand.
There's something that I got to do too.
Yeah.
Once one person does it, then everybody else wants to do it. It's just like my job on it. All right.
Oh, okay.
JW2.
I'm going to go to the other side.
Go ahead. Over.
JW2 standing in as New York North. The time now is 1200 hours. New York North is standing by until 1400 hours. New York North standing in.
So this is Hen 1 standing down as New York Central. JWJ2 is now taking over. And this is New York. This is Hen 1 standing down and standing by.
Okay.
This is JWJ2 standing in as New York North. The time now is 1200 hours. New York North standing in until 1400 hours. New York North standing by.
So it's 12:02 p.m. We've been broadcasting live for 2 hours on our marathon training exercise for the New York North Emergency Network. We have been, I've been the virtual control operator for both our radio network and also for our video field reports. We've had reports from CERT 11, who is live in Central Park, COAD 1, who is live around 99th Street and First Avenue. We had reports from CERT 14 earlier, and also from, let's see, WBT 9. And so this has been very successful in terms of our ability to field live video reports from our various participants. COAD 1, where are you now?
I'm at 96th Street. 96 at first.
So what's the mood of the crowd, COAD 1? Five boroughs, one run. That's great. I'll tell you, the marathon is really a great microcosm of what New York City is about. We have such diversity, people coming from all over the world. But I think the reason why the runners love it is because they get so much support from the people in the streets. And so we've been able to cover it from Harlem all the way down to Central Park. And it's great to see the spirit of the city back, people engaged, and supporting these runners.
The crowd is energetic and enthusiastic, and they're smiling, and I know they're just happy to be back in the saddle again.
Yeah, it's a great vibe out there.
Oh, absolutely.
What you are is beautiful. I want to get married. Look where you are. I won't say anything at all.
And I know the live entertainment is excited to be back. Some of these people have been performing for 20 and more marathons.
Okay, I am across circle of Columbus Square. I always get the two mixed up. That's awesome. Oh, I see where they're coming in. Okay.
Veterans Day. Oh, Bloomberg access to my lockdown. So I can't do anything. Great team. Yep.
Yeah. Ooh. I gotta figure out how to get back into the park.
So where are you right now?
I am at Broadway and Columbus Circle.
Oh yeah, I see the Columbus
Columbus Circle, Central Park West.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. All sides, guys. I got all sides. Hoodie clear, guys.
No, you can take a picture.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah. So I am taking Broadway North, trying to figure out where we can get back into the something. All right, saying grab one arm.
What?
Bring in the.
Probably gonna go.
Really? This is the line to get in.
Wow. So you didn't have to go through that before. On the other side, you didn't go through any screening, correct?
Correct.
So
Oh, interesting.
I'm in a conundrum Uptown, everything is open. Downtown, they've got everything barricaded off. The
Yep.
people are out in the street. And it's not really handicap accessible because they've got all the people blocking the route, so you can't even get on the sidewalks.
Uh-huh.
Now, if there was but this is a perfect emergency situation. If there was an emergency situation and someone like I had to move, I would not be able to move. I would be stuck. If you could see where I am, I just need to get across the street. But nothing is barricaded uptown. It's only down here. I rode from 109th Street to First Avenue.
Uh-huh.
So I assumed that everything was going to be open. And then I get to 91st and then...
Yeah, and Lenny's seen the same things. He went downtown. Now he's running into security.
I'm on 86th Street. But people are running across the street, I noticed. I'm going to shoot across if I can find a spot.
All right, I'm gonna go for it. How you doing? You okay? Good, sir. Okay, you good? Okay. Yep. You go. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
You don't have a bag set down.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I passed security.
All right. So now tell me, because you were in the park, where did you come out, and when did you kind of realize
So I came out. I came out at the 6th Avenue entrance or exit.
Right.
This is
Yeah, I
Co-Ed
see them
1.
there.
I'm gonna sign off for now because I can't seem to get any further. I can't get to the other side of the street. Downtown is definitely barricaded with the police horses, and it just completely changed once we get downtown. The people are crowded in the street. I can't even get on the sidewalk. They're all in the street, in the little area that's been left available. So I don't have enough power to go uptown and then come back downtown.
Okay. So we're only gonna go for about another 5 or 10 minutes. We were actually supposed to go till noon, and we've gone a little bit longer because you guys have gotten some good coverage.
Okay.
So if
so
you
my
need
personal
to go,
location is 86th Street.
Okay.
And First Avenue.
Got it.
I'm signing off for now. I'm standing down for now.
All right. Thank you, Co-Ed 1. We appreciate it. So are you close to the race end point?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Excuse me? I like it. Oh gosh, another detour. Well, now I don't know what to do because I don't have a way to cross right now.
Okay, so I think we're going to wrap up the broadcast here. You know, we were supposed to only go to 12. We've gone a little bit further, and I gotta do some things at 1 o'clock. So we're gonna close it out here. So thank you, Sir 11, for literally going the extra mile.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. And also just thank you, because this really tests out our resiliency in terms of being able to have boots on the ground and not just give a radio report, but give a video report, which really conveys so much more information. And so, you know, we're taking our game one step further today.
Yes, sir. And it shows what we're capable of doing as far as eyes in the field.
Yep. All right, so this has been the New York North Emergency Network, Harlem Emergency Network, part of our live 24-hour training exercise, live at the New York City Marathon. CERT 11 is somewhere close to the finish line, and he's covered ground all the way from 135th Street all the way down to Central Park live. Thank you, CERT 14, for your participation. Thank you, COAD 1, and thank you for all the various radio groups that are participating in this exercise. And so that's it. We're going to end our broadcast now. Thank you for following.